Uh,
I'm Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Michael.
Michael?
Yep.
Michael and Jeff. Go ahead.
Um,
All right, I have a few questions for you today.
Hey, whatever you want, I hope I have the answer.
The first one is when and
No,
where.
these are only fake. No, they're not, but they're not as good as they should be.
When and where were you born?
When I was born, 1925.
Okay, so and where were you born?
And by the way, my mother told me, you know what she told me? When I got 10 years or so, she said, do you know that you were born 15 minutes before come on. I have this problem. I don't know where it ever come from. She says, you were 15, from a April Fool's baby. That's what it was. It was 15 minutes.
That's cool. All right, I have another question for you. Did you enlist in the service or were you drafted?
Are you kidding? Did I enlist? No. Just all of a sudden, I received this. Your neighbors have wanted you, and you must serve in the United States Army, you know. There's something to that effect. Yeah. So, that was about the end of it. And away I went.
I have a few questions too. We already know where you start.
Any question, I'll try and answer it for you.
What were your duties in the service? What were your duties in the service?
In the service? Well, there are a number of things. You start out, you know, you go 16 weeks. Some are 18 weeks. You can't go anywhere but right in that, you know, where the Army is. See? So it's hard to find what you're going to do. You know, you hope. Read that again.
What were your duties?
What?
What were your duties in the service?
Oh, what I did?
Yeah.
Well, the first time all we did was, I was on a 105 howitzer. I drove truck, 6x. You just go along. Finally, you get one patch here, you know. Then you go to, first is a private. The second is a quarter current. I skipped that
Corporal?
one. 3 kind, you was a sergeant. I got it. Starts with
Corporal?
Corporal, yeah. So I got the 3 of them. It was good. It was fun. You know, different things happen that you do. You know. Now, like those, I told you had to be 6'5", 6. Yeah, 6. Did I say?
You said over 5'10".
5'10" to go. Yeah. Now these little guys, they all went to and fought the Germans. They went the other way. So they have different things that you do. You know.
Okay. How did you return home? How did you return home?
How did I?
Return home. Return home?
Yeah.
How did you return home?
How did I get home?
Did you get home on boat, plane?
Oh,
boat?
well, you heard what I said when we get there.
Yeah, I know. I just had to do it for the
Can
camera.
you imagine that? Hey, if we had guns, there'd have been somebody dead. I'll guarantee you that. Guys were going hand over hand on the ropes. You know how they settle a boat comes in, and then they put the ropes out on these big things. You know, these guys hand over hand, and they went into Seattle. They came back kind of drunk, but I said, no, I'm not going to get drunk yet.
I have another question for you. Where were you at when the war ended?
Pardon?
Where were you at when the war ended?
What?
When the war ended, where were you located?
Where was I located when the war ended? We was at the end of Burma, and I think we got planes to go to China, Shanghai, after the war. That's when, so, between there somewhere was when we went, you know,
Right, yeah.
when the war was over. Yeah. But you know, hey, you wanna hear some, you know, we was there about 6 months, maybe a year, to get through there, to get this enemy out of Burma. So help me God. They went and told us, because we went up and this lieutenant come out and said, where you guys think you're going? We had our stuff all packed. We're going home. No, you're not. You don't have enough points. They kept us there 4 months. And the reason was for it, we had to unload the ships, you know, for the people, for the Chinese. And I felt sorry for them. They were in bad things. So one thing leads to another, you know. So we stayed with that. And of course, then we got on a
How did your wartime experiences affect your life personally? How did your wartime experiences affect your life personally?
How did it affect it? It gave me a poor back. It gave me injuries, you know, like when I fell after here. I went from 152 pounds. You know what I weigh now? 118. Look at, compare it.
We can both do it, Michael.
Yeah.
I lost all that weight
Right.
from that. Of course, when you break the you know, the bones, when they crack, you hurt them, they're going to give you the insulation comes off all the vertebrae. Right now I'm chilly, and I got a heavy shirt under this, plus this, and it's just a chill going down my back. You know, that's what are you gonna do?
Right.
And my legs, naturally, they're not the comfort.
Right.
You know, of course, walking all that way, a lot of miles. So,
I have one last question for you.
okay.
How did you readjust to civilian life?
It wasn't, I didn't have much trouble. I didn't have much trouble. I was glad that I came home in one piece,
Right.
you know, and that I learned a lot of stuff that kind of helped in civilian life, you know, by the officers and being in such a trip that we took, you know, things you did. That we did was, because you're at home, you know, no, they got you, you haven't got
Right.
nothing to do. You do what they say, or else. I don't care for the brig. A lot of guys did, They didn't want to go, Well, you know, hey, come on, aren't you on our side?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is there
Okay, you done? You got some more?
I actually have one more question. Is there anything you feel that we haven't discussed or should discuss in this interview?
A good what?
Is there anything you feel that we haven't discussed that we should in this interview?
I don't follow you on that.
Is there anything that you feel like that's important that we should have, you know, talked about that we didn't talk about?
Oh, that you wanted to talk about. Huh?
Yeah, any like anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't, you know, ask about?
Yeah. I don't know, I'm a kind of a bad guy. I don't try to get involved,
Right.
you know, especially now when I'm almost 90. You kind of calm down, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you do what things are gonna do for you, and, well, that's about it.
Right.
And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and your service,
Okay,
sir.
buddy. Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you for your time and service. It was a real honor having you here.
Okay.